Max Preps here, and this is 4A, and I'll put it up on the screen for everybody to share. We can look at this together. All right, this is 4A. It's high school football ratings through Max Preps. Number one, of course, you're going to have your state champs last year. It's usually, it's just how they're going to do it. Jackson's going to be one. They got a lot of guys coming back. Jackson 1, Pleasant Grove 2. Podcast listeners, I'm going to name these out for you and just go down the list here. At 3, you got Cherokee County. West Morgan still hanging around in the top 5 here at 4. Mobile Christian, that's not a new name. Look for them to be good. St. Michael's Catholic, they were really favored a lot last year. Them and Pleasant Grove are always big talk about teams. St. James at 7. Hanley at 8. And, just general in that area, in that part of the country, the school, and Coach Strange is not there anymore. And, I'm pretty sure he stepped down back, I think, after school got out. Booker T. Washington, it seems like we're always talking about them. We are always talking about Booker T. Washington. Again, Cherokee County, your local team here, up at number 3. And finishing it ranking out in the top 10 is Anniston Bulldogs. Shout out to Coach Jackson over there. Spoke to him a week or two ago. Super nice guy. And he's got the right idea of where he wants the kids to be at. And feels like, it's really a purpose God's put him there to help make a difference. It's a kind of a new thing for him, be head coach there. He's from the western part of Georgia, where he kind of grew up around that area. And I think he was around the Mobile area, coached some high school there and stuff. And he's up here now. So I got to talk to him and go through some other players, and they're bringing back about everybody. And getting that right out of the top 10, you're going to get Madison Academy. They're usually always in that top 10 region right there where they're at. And then finishing out the rest of them, I'm going to go through these. Tallahassee, Bibb County, Deshler, Brooks at 15. I've seen them play a couple of times. Cherokee County play them. Fairfield, 16. W.S. Neal. I remember they had a big-time quarterback, big name, threw for a lot of yards a couple of years ago. They're 18. Central at 19. Aniana rounding out the top 20. Look for them to, after Fluff left, they went through a cycle there of younger players. So, just don't forget about Aniana. And then 21 on down is Opp, Oaks Bluff, Coach Robin Bunch. They're at 22. They did lose some linemen and stuff. But, Coach Rob's going to put together a team. Randolph School at 23, and then Strawn at 24, and then Dora right here at 25. So that's pretty interesting, and I wanted to look at that, and we'll kind of work backwards up here around this area and talk about the 3A football here. All right, 3A. So how we got listed here, 3A football for time being. 5's going to be 1. They're going to be talked about. It is what it is. 5 Red Devils. I know they didn't have the year that they wanted to have last year, but I promise, as long as Coach B's walking the sidelines there, don't forget about the Red Devils. They were a pretty young team last year, and I'm pretty sure Ryder will be back to be running the ball again. They're going to be running that system that they run, the little ugly eagle style offense, what he calls it. You got guards pulling everywhere, sniffers going this way, and the tailback's going to the right, and the ball's going left. And with the court, they're always going to be talked about a lot. Now, T.R. Miller, we watched them play last year. Powerhouse Sports, they're big supporters of them. They really like them a lot, and it's kind of in their area where they cover, like Cherokee County and other schools around here is for us. And they were on a good run last year. And a lot of people feel like they may have got their time cut short. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to see any of these top 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna keep going. A lot of these top 10s are going to be they're playoff teams. T.R. Miller at 2, Trinity Presbyterian. I don't know a lot about them. I've seen a few of their games when they was playing some other team I was keeping up with. Mars Hill, they're going to be they're always going to be good, okay? And their coach up there, and I'm trying to remember his name. Yeah, when I see it, I'll know it. I remember most of them's name, and I can't remember his name. Higgins, yeah, Daryl. So yeah, Coach Higgins. As long as he's up there, that Mars Hill is going to be a tough, head-knocking football team. They're going to be a tough part for that 3A division. That's Coach Higgins and bunch there. Number 4, number 5, Houston Academy. This is 3A stuff. They're kind of newer on the scene, and we did see some from them last year. I would not doubt at all Houston Academy being back in the mix. Lee Scott Academy. These are a private school that moved in to play AHSA that come from the other division, and also the one down under Piedmont there at 8, Glenwood. They're also, I think they were, and I think it was Glenwood and Lee Scott Academy. And we wound up covering Glenwood a little bit, going through some of their players and stuff. And people of those teams, these other teams here, we can't get a lot. This is not college football. We can't get a lot of access to these players. It's not like college where it's just media pouring all over the place to give us news. Please, Lord, somebody at Piedmont, please put stuff on Max Preps. They had Pinto for like 80 yards last year. Please, somebody put Piedmont stats on Max Preps, please. It's great to share. It's great to talk about. And just out local writers here, I mean, Fagan he covers, a lot of Piedmont stuff over there. He's from that area, and we get stuff from him, but that's about it. I hope that we can get somebody on the staff over there for Coach Miller at Piedmont to get on Max Preps every weekend and just, throw up some stats on there. Spend 30 minutes with it. It's great advertising for your school and your players. So Lee Scott Academy at 6, Piedmont at 7. And I think Piedmont's going to be good this year. I do. I mean, I really do. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you on here. I think Piedmont's going to be a good football team. Quarterbacks had playing time. You got a lot of linemen coming back and stuff. And, of course, we know Pinto's coming back. He signed to Jacksonville. I think it's going to be a great football game. They're going to host Tricky County game 1. It's Battle of Highway 9 over there. You just run right down 9, and you run right into the left and right there and go across, and you go in there at Piedmont Field, Field of Champions. I think it's going to be a great game. Glenwood, we talked about them last year. Of course, they're going to be here. Thomasville is just like saying Thomasville's good is like saying Sweetwater's good in 1A. They are always around, always around. And Sylvania, now after Coach Nelson left, they got a new coach. He's from up there, coached up there. I think he went to school there, and y'all can help me if I'm wrong about that. I think he's from there, the new coach up there. No, Van's not there anymore, so that is wrong. He's at, where'd he go, Boaz? Or is Pruitt at Boaz? Ryan, you can tell me. You remember. Van's not there anymore. So you have Sylvania coming in there, rounding out the top 10. This is 3A. Now 11 on down, Montgomery Academy, Geraldine Bulldogs. Coach Michael Geraldine has just really done a great job over there. The kids like him. Knew some parents over there when Carlos played, and it's just the culture's good. They work hard in the weight room, and he's really been a breath of fresh air, I guess you could say, to Geraldine. And I share anything I get from them. I'll share anything from any kids anywhere. I always try to promote any high school I can help somehow. I'll put it up on the page. We went over 5,000 followers on the page back last month sometime, and the page grown like crazy. So other schools, if you are listening from wherever, put it. There's that notes page, locker room notes. I made that page for parents, grandparents, whatever. You got a picture of your son or daughter, you think they're, write something nice about them and say something, put it up on there. I'm all about giving some kids advertisement. Bayside Academy coming in at 13. Not a surprise there. They're a good football team. So a lot of these names you're seeing. Gordo at 14. 15 is Alabama Christian Academy. Winfield, they had a good run for a couple of years. Corner, they have come down from 4. I remember Cherokee County playing them, Lauderdale County. I remember seeing them in the bunch there. Southside, Hillcrest at 20. I've seen them play some. Flomington, 22 is Coach Smith over there at Westbrook Christian. They'll be better. Quarterback's back. Got a lot of key pieces. They've really worked into a lot of new stuff this summer that he's kind of – Coach Smith gets his hands in there and really gets to sink his nails down into stuff. I promise you that they'll win some more games this year. Dadeville 23, Excel 24, then Randolph County at 25. We're doing 3A here, and we'll work back up here to 2A. And we'll start at the top with 2A. We're just going through max preps and how they have some of the classifications worked out here this year. 2A. This will be home to a lot of the schools around here in the county. The Spring Garden and Gills will be 1, and San Roque Cedar Bluff are 2. So, Railtown, championship contenders, they're going to be 1. Our guy down there that we bring on and talk to, we're going to get him to jump on and talk to us some here probably in a couple of weeks. JB, he's already been busy at work and hadn't been able to put on a lot through the summer. Highland Home, I've seen them play before. We got some big guys. Coosa Christian coming at 3. They've been the hot team, man. They've really just, run through a lot of opponents, and they got a lot of good players there. So it's not a surprise to see them where they are. Cottonwood at 4. And that Tuscaloosa Academy team at 5, I seen them in person play last year. Wow, that quarterback, shout out QB1 at Tuscaloosa Academy. If he's back, I don't know. I can't remember his last name. He had a cool last name. Like his name was like Ace Jagger. Rock Stone. Something cool. He had a cool name or something. If he's back, look out Tuscaloosa Academy. They'll be good again. Pisgah got a new coach over there. I mean, that area and playing football up there, I've seen them play for years and years, and I'm sure they're going to be about as good as they usually are. I think they got a newer quarterback, but he's played quarterback, so it's not going to be a new position to him. But I think they lost some. I think they lost the big receiver they had last year. And let's see here at 7, Providence Christian. 8, Arrington Sullivan at 9. Vincent at 10, rounding out the 10 there. Now going from 11 down, Clark County, Goshen, Isabella, Lee Verne, which is like Aliceville and Lynette, the next 4, 14, 15, 16. Laverne, Asheville, Lynette. Look out. If you're 2A, you don't want to – they're just constantly a third-round team. I mean, they're just – like, I wonder when the last time these teams did not make a second or third-round appearance. That'd probably be more to say when they did make it. When have they not? Because they usually do. 17's Winston County. Kept up with them some last year. Lochapoka at 18. 19's Lexington. Well, I remember running across them a little bit last year. They had some really good players. Southeastern, seen them play. Coach does a good job out there with them. 21 is Pike Liberal Arts. 22, Long. Falkville at 23, and then Horseshoe Bend at 24. What about that? And Lamar County, they've come on here as of more mentionable in the last couple of years. But Horseshoe Bend, okay, we see you on there. Let's see. All right, 1A. And we're just going through. This is from Max Prep. This is not mine. Podcast listeners, I know you can't see it. This is not me, my opinion. I agree with probably a lot of it. It looks pretty accurate. I mean, most time you're going to take your winner to be 1 or 2, the one that played for it or played, semi-game. And a lot of these are just sometimes just like it's like picking Alabama to be in the top 5 or 6. I mean, like they're just historically these teams they're if you keep up high school football that we have for years and years, these are not weird names. It's like, okay, number 1 here for 1A is Leroy. Yeah, I've watched them play. Big up front, fast, quarterback's good. They play hard defense. Coaches them really hard. Seen them play in person. They're big and they're fast, strong. Elba, now their tailback is at Auburn now, okay? But in that area right there, part of the country, shout out people at Elba. It's just like it's way smaller than Center. I mean, I don't even know if they have a red light there in town. It's a real country, little small town. I'm sure that they've got another guy coming in behind Alvin. I can't remember. I've seen him run the ball some. To make he's a little shorter guy. Elba's going to always, for a while now, they're known. You get to play, semi games, and they battled with Maplesville and stuff, and it attracts kids too. You have a player at your school to go to a big school like Auburn, that's going to attract kids to come to. 3, a very, very known name, Maplesville. We battled them a couple years ago. Cedar Bluff did. Wadley at 4, Wilkes, which he's decided he's going to play defensive end. He's going to Auburn. 5, Milry. We've hooked into them before and studied on them, talked about them. Not an uncommon thing to see. The next team at 6, Brantley. Sweetwater at 7, Linden at 8. All 3 of those teams, if you keep up 1A football like we do, because Cedar Bluff's always usually been 1A, those teams, that's just who you're going to play. That's just who you're going to play. North, whoever wins the North, you're going to play Brantley, Sweetwater, and Linden. I mean, though, it's just how it is. Agudaville Academy at 9, Georgiana. Look at Georgiana coming in here at 10. I think they got a new coach a few years ago. What's Ryan said? Thomasville will always be. Yeah, you're right. Like Jackson, they just spit and distance of each other. You're exactly right. Lynn at number 11, just right out of the top 10. Spring Garden Panthers, Coach Ragsdale. Spring Garden has been a big staple part of that top 10 for 10 years. Part of that 1A. I mean, just, most the time they're making second, third round, just normally. I mean, it's nothing it's not uncommon for them to be, second round team. 13, another known name, a good baseball school too, Hackleburg. Florala at 14, 15, Pickens County. They are considered the gatekeepers of the North for 1A. If you're going to go play state in 1A football, and you're in the North up here, you got to go way down toward the south and to the west. And you're going to have to play Pickens County in a little place called Reform. Been there twice. Not super nice people. They got a concession stand there called The Place, or they did 10 years ago. And they have a big side of ribs they're selling. They got nacho barbecue fries. They even had a little shack with Krispy Kreme. Just great small town feel to it. Real nice young guys. We talked to some of the basketball team when we was there, and that's just where football runs right through there. 16, not a new team to see on there. Meek, good to see them back up there kicking around. McKenzie at 17. Look at Valley Head, Coach Hammond coming in there at 18, Valley Head. And I got something else for you here, some positions. The article just come out yesterday. It's just a 1A article, and it shares a few players, and we'll go through a few of them too. Addison at 19, not surprising. Raglan at 20, and we know how that's going to kind of go down over there. I always hated going over there and playing. There was nowhere to dress. We'd have to ride the bus over there dressed or something, or you got off and put your pads on or something. I remember way back, 7th grade or something. Keith at 21, Appalachian, hanging around there at 22. Those last 4 teams, Appalachian, Berry 23, Winterburg 24, and South Lamar 25. All 4 of those teams are good football teams. In all their regions, they represent their regions pretty much, if not every year, every other year. Okay. We don't have no 5A stuff around here, but I'll pull them up there and we'll just roll through it. See, there's Moody at 2, Montgomery Catholic 1, Viger 3, Ramsey 4, Central Clay County 5, Andalusia moved up there 6 there, Charles Henderson 7, UMS right, of course, 8. 9 is Leeds, 10 is Williamson, Gunnersville at 11. I'm just going through some ones. Jacksonville's at 13, Arab at 16, okay. Scottsboro 19, Beauregard 21. I think Anniston opens with them, I think. And there's Corner at 23. And Rain. I don't know much about Rain. I just know it's wet. 6A, roll through here. Number 1, Parker, Saraland, Oxford, Clay, Chalkville, Mountain Brooks, Spain Park, Pike Road, Muscle Shoals, Gulf Shores, and yes, quarterback from the Chargers, Phillip Rivers, announced his retirement yesterday, I think. So he's definitely, he's been coaching his son down there. They're at like St. Paul Episcopal or something. Benjamin Russell, 13. See, Homewoods. There they are. St. Paul Episcopal at 18. McAdory at 19. I'm just looking for Fort Payne. There you go. Number 22. Okay. And Pinson Valley, 24. And then we'll finish with the few 7A teams. Well, guess who? Number 1, Thompson. No. Central is 2. Auburn High School, 3. Hoover, 4. Hewitt-Trussville, 5. Vestavia, 6. Just Hillcrest and Dothans, Baker. Carver, Montgomery, 13. Prattville, 15. I always named the keeper there. Bob Jones, big school. We almost moved down there one time when my son was younger. We almost did. And Sparkman finishes up there, 21. Foley, 22. And Huntsville, 24. Look at them getting on the calendar there. Tuscaloosa County. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now, we went over here to, crud. I had a good article over here for sports. And y'all still on me? No. Okay. They had a list in here, and I'm going to share this. I'm going to pull this up here first before we can get into this. And there that is. I'm going to take that down for right now. We'll go right here to share screen. AL.com. Some Alabama practice stuff. But this was, I just had it on here. Golly, I'm so embarrassed. They had a list of Saban picked Texas to play Georgia for the national championship, by the way, if you're interested in that. And this one over here is pretty. For a former NFL star out at CBS ahead of season, here's offense fires up Alabama. Greg McElroy has Auburn on his preseason poll. Some interesting topic there. And I had one for the best defensive lineman or something for high school, AHSAA. Good Lord Almighty. I'm going to have to get plumb out of this and go back. Whoa, right there. Whoa, don't move. Okay, here we go. All right, this was the Alabama's top high school football running backs met by this best running backs, and I love all these ads. Just start destroying the screen. You can't see nothing. Of course, that's Wilkes down there at Wadley, and they're playing Maplesville there to state. He had a great game there. Leading the list, here we go. Of course, Sweetwater, tailback, Blanks, senior at Sweetwater is going to be one of the top 1A backs. And I'm sure they'll probably write some more of these. And I'll shout out to Corey Sheldon, CoreySheldon, Corey Sheldon. He wrote this article, so shout out to him writing this article about 1A running backs. Deion Blanks at Sweetwater, Isaiah Brown Jr. at Linden, McIntosh is Brown, Wadley's. The Butt Cannon kid, we remember seeing him play last year, is really good. Ethan Carr Jr. So Sweetwater's got 2 top-ranked running backs. Leroy's still got the Collins kid. It's going to be there, be good. Billingsley's got the Cotton kid, and you got a senior kid out at Ider. Zach Curtis, the Ider football program is undergoing transformation under first-year head coach Josh Clements. Senior running back stands out here for the forefront. Curtis has developed into one of the cornerstones of the Hornets football. Tyler Dalton, shout out to him. And Kimba Pawook, Cherokee County. It's a little small team down south. Another guy at Leroy, the Gills kid, okay. The Green kid at Berry. Oh, and the Hall kid, he's back at Maplesville. He's really good. The Red Devils featured one of the region's most explosive talents last season. They will be happy to have back. Hall showed why he is considered to be one of the area's primary backs rushing for nearly 700 yards and 8 touchdowns in just 4 games last year. The junior running back was averaging 171 yards per game and 2 touchdowns. So the whole backfield at Sweetwater is on the top list. Okay, that's good to know. So sorry, 1A North, when you go play Sweetwater, good luck. Fruitendale's got a kid. Hackleburg, Ross Hudson, shout out to him. Sawyer Johnson, also at Hackleburg. There's another bunch, Tittle, Taylor, and Tyler at Eider. So shout out to them there. The Lynch kid at Wadley, also big time running back. Another back there at Wadley, shout out to him. The McCray, Nehemiah McCray. There's some video of him I had on the page probably last week. Man, he's an athlete, man. It just says here about his athleticism, his football IQ is real high. McCray's talent hasn't gone. I noticed his next level. He's already received scholarships from Alabama, Georgia, and Troy. So let me just tell you, I put it up last week one day. Dexter Talbert, shout out Dexter. He actually put that up there, and I shared it from him. So remember that name, Nehemiah McCray. McCrary. I seen him play last year. He averaged impressive almost 100 yards a game. He's a force to be reckoned, and you'll see them again. There's another odd one, McHannon, the Miles kid at Georgiana. Barry's got another kid, the Norris one. Pickens County, none. Milry has a kid, Jaden Reeser, and the Simpsons kid at Hackleburg. Addison, he's got a couple of guys on here. Another guy from Cherokee. This is 1A stuff here. Maplesville, the Works kid. Brantley has one too. So that's some of the guys from 1A. And then this here is 2A back. So this was supposed to be some of the list here. We'll go through some of these. And some of these you'll know. God, these ads kill me. Turning backs for 2A. Brantley kid at Washington County, Cottonwood, Tuscaloosa Academy, Chickasaw, All South, Arrington, Laverne, Bayshore Christian, Tuscaloosa Academy, the Johnson kid is senior. He's good. Houston County, KJ May, freshman. His name to keep an eye out for. Cedar Bluffs, the Miller twins. Shout out to the Tigers, Coach Crane Bunch, and their brother, which helps coach. Zay, he was part of a champion state run team and mini playoff teams at Cedar Bluff. The twin freshman running backs here at Cedar Bluff, linebackers, and gained experience as 8th graders last season. Quote unquote, they have grown and matured since last year. They're expected to continue and play full time this year, says Tigers coach Crane. That's not a surprise. I went over there and seen them the other day. Good gravy, man. They're something else, man. They're really fun to watch. They play aggressive, and they are not shy of contact at all. So shout out to the Miller twins. That's Miss Rosie's boys. Sweet girl, went to school with her brother, Reggie, and all the bunch over there. Their mom, great people, super great people. Landon Miller down at Sampson, Houston County. Cedar Bluff. Hey, look at here. Shout out Sam Payne. That would be Russell, a schoolmate of mine. That's her son, Sam. Junior running back and linebacker brings in a maximum effort both sides of the ball. Quote, Sam knows one gear. He does everything at full speed and has his hands as he can go after it and go get it, says Tigers coach Crane. If we had 11 young men with his motor, then we would have a ton of success. Shout out Sam. And see, Vincent, Real Town, the Roberts kid. We talked about him last year. Roberts returns to the Rebels, starting running back and rushing for more than 1,500 yards as a sophomore. He is good. He also, pretty sure JB said that he has baseball offers too. Kid from Blackshire, plays at Valley. Shout out over there. John Sparks, senior tailback over there, has earned first team All-State honors as an athlete in last year, helping Raiders to get to playoff appearance. 8-3 overall record. Be versatile running back and strong safety makes him one of the The classification is the most complete players. Okay. The Terry kid, very good. Super athlete over at Coosa Christian. 12 touchdowns last season. Helped lead them to 1A runner-up in 23 and semifinal in 22. Combination of speed and power. Caden Tracy, shout out to his parents, know them too, Cedar Bluff. Tracy is developing to the Tigers' lead running back and excels at strong safety. His toughness really sets him aside. He turns around and leads us on defense and tackles too. Quote says that he's a hybrid player that plays in the box and rolls back to safety if needed. We expect a promising senior year for Caden Tracy over at Cedar Bluff. Caden Tracy, Southeastern, Greene County, Calhoun, Geneva, Horseshoe Bend. Okay. And let's see. Top 2A quarterback. You can find all this on AL.com. And shout out Corey Sheldon. I've read some of his stuff for you. Yes, he does a good job because there's just not a lot of coverage. And if you want to know this stuff, you kind of have to dig around for it. I mean, you can't just like go right straight on the page and go right to these articles. You kind of have to look around. Yeah, you just go on their Facebook and give them a thumbs up and like the page. Last time I did this and give a shout out to somebody I got information from, they got mad at me and said I better not ever come back on their page again, and they'll get me for copyright stuff because, and little do they know, I guess they don't understand how law works. Section 118-A, where you can read stuff of other people's because I'm not claiming it to be mine. And I'm actually giving credit to the person writing it and actually saying, go find these people and give them some love. I'm not writing it. I'm not claiming to be. I just told you who it was. And the last time I did this for the other website, I did exactly the same thing. And the clown had some kind of spark to come at me and act like I did something bad. I'll get you for copyright. And I was like, go away. Shut up. You're not going to do nothing. I actually give you credit. And we have way, way more people following than this other guy did. Way more people. And it's just a little silly for grown people to act like I'm giving you some actual attention and sending people to your page to find information. Then you come at me like that. He's a fool. All right, so leading in here at quarterbacks 2A, Pike Liberal, Abbeville, Cold Springs, Susan Moore's, West End, Jackson Hamby, Houston County, Emil Jackson Sr., Lance Mims. Where do I know that name from? At Vincent. Primary wide receiver at Mims started 3 games at quarterback, and then the starter was out. He also started at center field and catcher for them. Also, Tuscaloosa Academy. That Norris kid. I remember talking about him last year. He's good. He's a good football player. That's a picture of him right there. I seen them play okay, wait a minute. He's back. Oh, crap. This is the one I just told you about. So I seen him play. If he's back, the ball comes off his hands like, I guess for you old Tide fans, like who was the quarterback in the late 90s? Andrew Zow. If any old fans about my age, 40 or 50, if you remember Andrew Zow and how fast the ball come off his hands, I promise you, the first time I seen this kid throw a football, the first thing I thought of was Andrew Zow. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's Andrew Zow. I'm saying the way the ball come off his hand when he released it, this kid here can throw the football. Say QBs, giving you stats on here. Always keeps the defense on their toes. Yeah, that's for sure. Mark is projected to have a breakout season this year for his team as the starting quarterback. Let's see. Run a 4.6. Was this the same kid last year? That's Coach Wright said. The teammate's senior linebacker, Aston Poe, added. Mark is a tall quarterback. Commands the offense able to fit balls into tight windows. I can't remember. I seem like it is. Calhoun. Got a Sellers kid at Calhoun. These are quarterbacks for 2A. Real Town's quarterback Smith, Laverne. Got a Smith guy too. Selligent area, Decatur Heritage. Got a new coach, Vincent, QB senior quarterback. Going to be high enthusiasm, they say. Blackshear. I've seen Blackshear on here a lot. So, hey, look out for Blackshear. They got some dudes running around. School football. We did that one. So, just make sure we didn't miss nothing. Okay. All right. So that's kind of some local stuff. And you can find that and go through and click and read more about it. Go to AL.com. Corey is a writer over there on the page, does a good job. So shout out to him, making sure I say this so nobody comes and says, that's copyright infringement. You can't put my stuff up on the screen and talk about it and react to it. Yeah, you can, fool. Some people say some stuff. Why would you say that? I'm trying to just give shout outs to people and they still gripe. I think he's just old and senile. So, a lot of promise there. A lot of shout outs there from Small, and I'm sure there's some 3A and 4A stuff on there that Corey's put out in his writings, and I'd like to go back and find them, and I'll dig into them. Maybe it'll come on Thursday, and I'll try to find them, because I looked a while ago, and I spent about 20 minutes trying to find some other they had like the 1A and 2A stuff, but I didn't see nothing 3 or 4A. And maybe he's going to do those, maybe he's working his way up to, because these just come out like yesterday and the day before. Hey, Miss Pam, how you doing? Yeah, so that was some of the rankings from 1 through 7A, and you can go on Max Preps, and it's a little aggravating to find. Did I leave it up there? I'll give you the website, how to get over there to it. I did not. Sorry. But yeah, you can go to Max Preps, and you got to kind of fool around with it a little bit and type in just the right thing, and it'll give there'll be a column. You can pick year and what sport, and you pick the classification. Just go 1 or 2A and look at all the schools around here. But it's mostly kind of what you would think. For the 1A stuff, Spring Garden was, what were they, 11 or 12 on there. Cherokee County was 3. So for the most part, that was, the guys around here. Valley Head was ranked on there. I didn't see Collinsville on there. Did we see Collinsville on there? They should have been on there. I think Coach Willie Ernie, he's going to have I think Collinsville's going to have they're going to have some different players this year. Still young in some spots, because that group's been together. Jeremiah and all that group and his grandson, they've been together forever, played everything. So you can go find that on your own, and give me a shout out on the page over there and share some stuff and whatnot. And we'll talk about it over there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching over there on the old YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It don't cost anything, and it helps us grow the channel. And we have a lot of people there watching. I have, 100 people watching, but I may only get like 5 thumbs up. It's so easy just to hit the thumbs up. It really is. So that was kind of the high school football.